Guys, I'm just going to start with a little bit of an intro as to why personal branding matters. Now, in the modern world, if you want to create change, if you want to have a voice, develop your network, help others, or just make an impact and a positive contribution, then you really need to develop your personal brand. So, personal branding is all about you. It's all about your values, your voice, and how you present yourself to the world. It is also, though, about the positive effect that you can have on your audience. So, by sharing your knowledge, inspiring someone, or even building relationships that could benefit somebody else. Now, there's been a huge rise in the founder led brand recently, which has resulted in a big shift towards people wanting to buy from people. So, it's really much harder to market a faceless brand or one that's just like a vessel to sell products or services. As people want to engage with far more than just a company name or a product these days. Now, if we think about the corporate world, there's a stat which says 82% of buyers trust a company more when the leadership team are active on social media. And this stat is my favorite one. Brand messaging gets over 500% more reach when it's shared through an employee's account than the company account. So, doesn't it make sense to help them build even larger networks, to train them to really use social media and to network and build their personal brand? I mean, the fact is, in any industry or situation, people buy from people. They want to engage with you, with your story, and with your unique perspective. Now, when you're in control of your own narrative and you're actively working on a growth mindset, honestly, wonderful things can happen. And we need to really acknowledge that this is the biggest point for me, if you build your personal brand, you give yourself a platform to achieve absolutely anything. You are building an audience that are invested in you. So, for example, you could get that promotion. You can start keynote speaking. You can launch a business. You can secure partnerships. You can secure collaborations. You can land your dream client. You could become a creator. And you could basically just take your business, your brand, or your career to the next level and beyond. So, honestly, with your own personal brand, anything is possible. Now, your personal brand is really your chance to tell your own story. So, share your experiences, your learnings from them to help other people with your knowledge and skills. So, it's where you can show up authentically, it's where you build trust, it's where you can connect with people on a much, much deeper level. So, when we say the term personal branding, it's really a theoretical term for how you show up in the world. So it doesn't just refer to online into the digital world either. It's how you interact professionally. And of course, your personal style and your aesthetic has a part to play in that as well. But when you work on your personal brand, you give yourself the opportunity to shape and influence how you are perceived by other people. Let that sink in for a little bit. Now, there's two aspects to it. If you think of your visual aesthetic, so how you look, it's like the shop front. This is what the world sees when they first come into contact with you. Open the door, and inside the shop, sit on the shelves, all of your, what I call your unique mix. And this is what you take your key messaging from. So inside the shop, sitting on the shelves, you have your why. Now, when you refer to your why, we're talking about your higher purpose. So whatever it is that inspires, motivates, and drives you. And we're going to get into that in a little bit. But also your career, your experiences, your challenges, your skills, your values, your opinions, your strengths and your weaknesses, and also your energy and your tone of voice. So these are all the elements that you need to get clear on when you're doing the foundational work of building your personal brand. So that's what we're going to get into next.